This is the AI News Flash for May 14th, 1 p.m. UTC. First up, New York Federal Reserve Liberty Street Economics. Latest research finds little evidence of distinct AI-driven decline in labor demand based on job postings data. Less than 10% of workers hold jobs in occupations with AI exposure scores above 0.4, while roughly 40% occupy jobs with zero measured AI exposure across the labor market. Critically, relative vacancy declines in AI-exposed occupations began before ChatGPT's late 2022 release, with no clear divergence between entry-level and senior roles in high-exposure occupations, contradicting widespread AI-driven displacement narrative. Fed business surveys show firms primarily pursue retraining rather than hiring reductions, contrasting Goldman Sachs' 300 million global AI automation risk forecast and 156,000 plus accumulated AI-related layoffs, highlighting the theoretical versus actual gap in AI employment impact. Critical macroeconomic data for 2026 midterm election AI labor policy debates. Second, the U.S. Commerce Department approved NVIDIA H200 AI chip sales to roughly 10 Chinese companies, but actual shipments remain at zero amid Beijing-directed transaction freeze. The approved buyers include Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance, JD.com, plus distributors Lenovo and Foxconn, with licensing terms capping individual purchases at 75,000 chips per company. Commerce Secretary Lutnick told a Senate hearing the Chinese central government wants investment focused on domestic industry, with State Council Supply Chain Security Review targeting foreign technology dependence elimination, and Trump's 25% chip revenue framework adding Chinese tampering concerns. NVIDIA's pre-export controlled China market share was 95%, representing 13% of total revenue. CEO Jensen Huang joined Trump's Beijing trip after personal invitation. China AI market estimated at $50 billion in 2026. U.S.-China AI semiconductor decoupling crystallizes into actual transaction standstill, symbolic development for AI geopolitical fragmentation. Third, Americans for Responsible Innovation commissioned Morning Consult survey reveals 71% of American voters support mandatory AI regulatory testing, dwarfing the 17% favoring voluntary corporate testing. The poll surveyed 2,200 U.S. adults from March 6 through 8 with plus or minus 2 percentage point margin of error, demonstrating overwhelming preference for government-mandated AI testing across political spectrum. Aligns with University of Maryland public consultation, prior research showing 84% of Republicans favored requiring federal AI pre-deployment testing, surfacing bipartisan and notably conservative voter appetite for AI oversight despite Trump administration deregulatory positioning, elevating AI policy to top 2026 midterm election issue. Against backdrop of Colorado, Illinois, California 38 state independent AI regulation laws, White House preparing executive order overriding state laws, Senator Cruz drafting FDA-style federal AI legislation, leading the future PAC over $125 million lobbying, signals federal unified AI regulation entering substantive legislative phase decisively. Fourth, Columbia Journalism Review reports AI agents arriving en masse for news publishers, with publishers mobilizing control reclamation strategies in earnest. ChatGPT, Pulse, and Huck's personalized news briefing services expand rapidly, with Reuters Institute 2026 report finding over 75% of news executives expect agentic apps to severely impact publishers by stripping visibility into readership engagement metrics. International Journalism Festival in Perugia discussions highlighted Anthropic's Model Context Protocol (MCP) and Skill MD for controlling AI summarization, tone, and attribution, alongside really simple licensing standard for legal access, compensation, and training data frameworks, with Wikipedia precedent showing scraping continues even after paid API offering until public pressure intervention.
UK Spur Initiative, German and French Press Coalition, Indonesian Media Association formed global publisher alliances. Canadian survey reports 71% adult support for government intervention against unauthorized AI content use, building on New York Times OpenAI copyright lawsuit and Britannica copyright suit precedents. Content licensing standardization emerges as 2026 media AI top battleground.
Fifth, The Economist detailed Japanese AI demand beneficiary companies surging dramatically, with Kioxia stock recording 540% annual gain for 2025, the world's best performing major stock. February 2026 single month gain added 15% further, with 2026 NAND production capacity fully booked scheduled for Nikkei index inclusion, April 2026, representing AI data center storage demand explosion's flagship beneficiary. And a research institute led by CEO Shunsaku Sagami, founded 2018, uses AI to match Japan's roughly 620,000 aging owner SMEs with successors, generating approximately $950 million in founder wealth by November 2024, while Fujitsu 3.7 trillion yen consolidated revenues with Kozuchi platform and NEC's Kotomi platform commercialization, plus Rome and Renesas semiconductor beneficiaries lead industrial AI gains. Against Big Four hyperscaler 2026 $725 billion AI infrastructure capex driving demand beyond SK Hynix, Samsung, Micron HBM supply tightness, Japanese storage and semiconductor stocks benefit from AI memory supercycle, joining Fanuc's industrial robot Google partnership, Japan AI-related stocks emerge as institutional portfolio allocation theme, forming third pole in global AI investment diversification away from U.S. concentration decisively. That's all for this AI news flash.